Hey, hey. Alright. I had no intention on videoing, recording anything. I've just been typing my comments and my things out. But this is focused on this for a reason. This is what I found on Instagram from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And let me first tell you before I fix the camera. No, who the heck? Anyway, whatever that was. Um, anyway, yeah. I'm sure that was Jeremy Renner just calling me right on up while I'm streaming. Anyway, what the heck is that? Alright. Anyway, that's notifications, and I'm sure it has to do with that, but whatever. You see this? Pray to end abortion in America. MTG. Okay. Well, I'm not an expert. Pardon me. Oh, shut up, phone. Who's that scammer pretending to be Renner? Oh, yeah. People, man. Just... I think if they think you look stupid, that you're stupid. Alright, so I look like crap. The camera's messed up. Nothing's right. It's too dark. But I wanted you to see that. And I wanted you to see that, pardon me, because I just had to show you guys that. I just wrote, and I went to go see, because, yeah, I'll troll her and Bobert and stuff, and I won't let them get away with their shit. And I'm not the only one. Trust me, there's a lot of people doing the same thing, calling her out. Both of them, all of them. So, since Twitter banned me for calling them out last year, and for calling Amber Heard out as the predator she was and is, so they banned me because, I'm not surprised, are you? So anyway, I just wrote to that Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. I wrote, if your faux thoughts and prayers really work. So she's saying, pray to end abortion in America, right? Okay. If your faux thoughts and prayers really worked, gun violence would be down, and hundreds of children would not be dead today, Marge, because you killed them by protecting lobbyists and NRA for money for you. So how about you just use thoughts and prayers that abortions will stop? You claim it works so well for gun violence and all. And yeah, that's an interesting point that I came across her giving that crap. She is so degeneratively, clamoring to shove any kind of her spin of Christianity down, and I don't want to say down our throats, just shoving it into everything of our government, of our lives. Not shoving it down our throats, because you don't have to swallow it. But she's shoving it into our laws. And that's not a metaphor. So, if she wants to pray, how about that's all we do, Marge? Since it's all you want to do for gun violence that are killing, there have been more mass shootings in 2023 than there have been days in 2023. By the end of the year, we're going to wind up saying there have been triple the amount of mass shootings as there have been days in our year. Don't think it won't happen? I don't want to be unhopeful, but I don't know. You look at the statistics and you tell me how many days are left and how they're expanding and adding up exponentially, not quickly, very quickly. So, since Marge, you don't want to do anything about all the gun violence and the high capacity, high velocity firearms that are available to citizens, which were never intended for civilian use or on the streets. Number one. But since you seem to think that thoughts and prayers. Prayers will stop the gun violence, because obviously that's what you're claiming, because you're refusing to do anything about the guns and all your little cohort, MAGA Q-Publican cohorts. So, since that seems to be what you're telling us, solve your gun problem. Solve the gun problem with thoughts and prayers. So how about you don't do anything legally about abortion, just like you're not doing anything legally about the gun issue, and we'll just hope that thoughts and prayers stop the abortions. How is that? Because that, according to your logic, I mean, you can't agree with one and not agree with the other, because that's a conflict of beliefs. So it's either we don't touch guns laws and we go back and we allow abortion completely, like you're allowing guns, okay? And we end all of the laws about it. Government doesn't touch either one of them, and all we do is pray that they stop. How about that? Is that what you want? Will that work? We'll just pray that people stop having abortions, okay? But, you know, we won't do anything about it. How's that? So, you know. Oh, what? What was that, Marge? That doesn't work that way? Because it doesn't matter about the person who's getting the abortion, because if they don't believe in prayers or whatever, then, or believe it's a sin, or believe it's even a human being, until to be actual with you, everybody's all bent about the heartbeat, which even what they call a heartbeat in generalized, it's really electrical impulses. So don't even play games with me about that, because I just had a child about 19 months ago die of a rare heart thing that has to do with the electrical system, and his twin has it. So I have done my due diligence about this specific type of issue, okay? And then I got curious, because I know with the twins, because I had eclampsia full blown, I was in serious danger. But they were only 32 weeks. So every second made a difference in if they survived or not. And do you know why, Marge? Do you know why? It was because of their lungs. Everybody's all bent on the heartbeat. But I challenge you, if their lungs are not capable, and they were already 32 weeks, but they kept me on that life or death line, literally pumping me full of magnesium so I didn't go into seizures from the eclampsia, because they were also pumping steroids into me to help their lungs speed up, finish, being able to sufficiently work outside of me before they wanted to bring them in. So every and I literally was dropping, because I don't know how many of you people know, but when there's multiple babies, you have to have an entire full team for each baby and a team for the mother. So there was like 6 doctors. I mean, 2 for me, 2 for it, and it was amazing. And I there were times that I remember hearing, like, foggy in the mist, seriously, the doctor's like, "Where are they?" I mean, okay, that was at 32 weeks. That was at 32 weeks. And I went through all of that to make sure that they would be viable and not be struggling. They only spent 6 weeks in the NICU. The one that I recently lost, he had to have a BPAP for a little while, and he also had a little harder time learning how to latch on, and they have to do that before they leave NICU. I might have not lost a child from gun violence, but I know what it feels like, so that's another plus in my corner and another deficit in yours, Marge. I'm talking from experience. You're talking from greed and narcissism. So my question about the whole abortion thing to begin with is, even if it was after 3 months, There's no way they're going to be viable without their lungs. And guess what? The lungs are the last organ to complete finishing developing. It's the lungs that are the last thing. Now you tell me, even if we agree to like 16 weeks, 4 months of pregnancy, even if you wanted to agree to that, okay? You explain to me how they're gonna live without exhaustive money, time, and a very low chance of survival at that age without lungs. You can't do lung transplants for neonatal babies. I mean, it's not like that's just everybody can have that stuff done, honey. So, in reality, the whole heartbeat determining abortion crap, it's bullshit. It's not a human being, and it's not viable on its own without its lungs working at capacity enough to sustain life until they get older and develop more. And then there's problems. So a lot of times throughout life when that kind of stuff happens. So, riddle me that, Marge. But yeah, aside from all of that, the thoughts and prayers, that's all you're doing. You're not touching laws. You're just thoughts and praying for the firearms issue that we're upset about. So how about we go reverse all the abortion laws and we just don't touch laws for that either. And we just have thoughts and prayers that it'll take care of itself. If your God is so incredibly and you're so perfectly right with everything you're telling us, and that is the absolute truth, well then your God will prove that to us and they'll all miraculously stop when you pray really hard. They haven't, so without your laws they weren't, so maybe you weren't praying then, or you weren't praying hard enough, or praying correctly. I don't know, because you haven't stopped it with your thoughts and prayers, so why do you think you're stopping gun violence with your thoughts and prayers and then skip off to go harass a school shooting victim? Yeah, or talk through what even a child knows is a letter flap for when they're not in the office and somebody needs to leave something for them. God, you are an idiot. And your staff are even, they're stupid for saying it, and you're stupider for doing it. And they're even stupider than that for recording it. And then you're 4 times stupider for putting it up. Do you freaking even know that? So yeah, Marge, how about you and me talk? You and me. No electronic devices, no windows. You and me in a room. Let's talk. Let's talk. Because you don't know your ass from your elbow. And you're talking to somebody who knows a lot more than you do. And that's from life. Well, and, empathy and compassion and giving a shit about others and not being greedy and, all that other stuff too. But, Republicans don't matter with that. MAGA Q-publicans like you, Marge. That shit doesn't matter. You yap very well about family values, but you've had multiple affairs, haven't you? Yeah. You've had multiple affairs. And oh, guess what? Your husband divorced you in December. But before that, you were having another affair, messing around your little boy toy that was playing, cross-dressing and, drag. And now you're saying, oh, well, that was just fun and games, or he had to do it for a show. And that's any different than people making their living entertaining that way? How now? How was that? Family values and having an affair over and over, and then just like right now during all of this, while you're up there yapping with your little veneer slathered buddy that you say isn't your buddy but is bullshit, okay? Ever since she got her veneers, your little Lori Blobert friend, ever since she got her veneers, she just can't shut her mouth. Interesting, isn't it? Her book talks about that too, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. So y'all are counting on people either not knowing or reading or, you know, or forgetting that they did or something. But, not all of us are. You got the one third. Yeah, you're going down in flames, guys, and that's metaphorical. That has no physical threat. The only threat you have for me is my mouth, and trust me, that's more than you can handle. So, come on, Marge. I'd like a response. I doubt I'll get one, but, you're too much of a coward and a narcissist and a gaslighting, greedy liar. Oh, and by the way, you're Marge Taylor. You're divorced because you're a fornicator in your religion. According to you and your beliefs that you force everybody else to believe should be laws of the land, which that's religion, not law. So, again, no connection in your brains. Your synapses are very, very, very pathetic. But, yeah, yeah. It, I'll never talk to you because you're too much of a coward. Yeah, too much of a coward. All you want is money and fame and your little selfie and your chapstick. Do you realize how childish, immature, and deliberately ignorant you are? Even your Bible says those that are mighty now shall fall hard. So perhaps it might behoove you. Now I realize I'll stop if you need to get your dictionary out and look up the word. It's BEHOOVE. It would behoove you to maybe brush up on your Bible passages and tell your buddy Trump he should actually open a Bible and read the words. Okay, that might help. You may not be laughed at for unending minutes as you're trying to call the session to order. You're so competent. You're so competent, aren't you? You're an incompetent, floundering child who has a temper tantrum and likes to smile at the camera like a vapid little pretty idiot as long as she gets her moment. But our lives and our children's lives and your friend Lori Blobert's grandchild's life are what you're playing with. But you're also playing with the planet. And you think there's a lot of power behind that? And you think, even though you know you're wrong morally, those of you who realize it, you can't help yourself for greed or pride. Pride is one thing. Being proud is one thing. Excessive pride, narcissistic pride, comes before the fall. Comes before the fall. These are all things in your Bible, Marge. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you don't know that. So, pray to end abortion and leave the laws alone, Marge. When you decide to start making, rules about taking those weapons that I mentioned off the streets, out of people's hands, then we can start talking about abortion. Because remember, even after that, if that ever happened, we still have that heartbeat lung thing. I want you to explain your way around. I want a lot of people actually to explain their way around that. I do. So, come on back if you have enough balls, Marjorie. And I'm not calling you green because you're a sinner. You're not a green anymore. And I refuse to give you the status of keeping your married name and your identifiability. If you have everything tied up in your name, and people don't know you like Obama, you know, share. If they don't know you like that, ain't nothing gonna help you, honey. Okay, taking your married name off your name isn't gonna help. Okay, and you're going to be soon forgotten. Trust me on that anyway, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. You grow up. I'll explain it to you. But yeah. Know what to tell you, sweetheart. But thoughts and prayers on that abortion thing, and I'll throw that up at you. Every comment and every little kind of gaslighting bullshit you want to try to throw at people, and see how dumb we are. Okay? You really don't get how technology works. You and Cruz and Graham and none of it. Blover, y'all know don't really get how technology works. Like it's there forever. Like you know, and there are people that are competent. I know, with the Republican type of thing, I get that. They're competent with covering up things they shouldn't be doing, but they're not real confident about. Y'all are real competent with like facts and truth and both side type of things. So, but that's okay. Most of us know that anyway, sweetie. And I say sweetie in a very disparaging way. You can look that word up too. Since you talk about Peachtree dishes and this gazpacho police and your fragrant violations, you're an idiot, Marge, and I won't give you the dignity because you haven't earned the respect of your married name. You've lost that. You are a sinner. You're a sinner, a multiple repeated sinner in your own definition of your religion that you expect everybody else to toe the line for, that you scream and yell about, pound your chest and clutch your pearls while you harass children. And the only reason you're angry still about David Hogg is nobody listened to you. You weren't anybody in government. And a young person was getting senators and congresspeople, governors to listen to him, to give him time and pay attention to what he had to say. And you, as an adult, as an ignorant adult, were completely being blown off and brushed off, and you couldn't stand it. You can't stand it today because you're like Trump and Carrie Lake and Blover and all of them else. Your image. That's it. That's it. Okay? And you'll lie to fix the damage when you screw up. And then you'll lie on top of the lie to fix the other lies. Please. It's sad. It is sad. It is sad. You really don't know shit, Marge. You don't. So, maybe go get some veneers or something, while your boyfriend dances around in drag, cross-dressing, crossfit, more like cross-twit, Marge. Marge Taylor, because you're a sinner and you don't deserve the respect of retaining a married name when you have sinned and fornicated on your husband multiple times and forced him to request a divorce from you and your deviant, sinning behaviors. How does that feel? Because that's what you are. Peace out, guys. And I do apologize for the dark. Like I said, I had didn't change, didn't do shit with my hair, didn't do anything with my, no makeup. Because, what I look like, what's behind me, if there's, there are two cats sleeping behind me. Oh my gosh, there are. Look at, there's Rashby, and there's Mudgy. He probably can't see it, as you could in the daytime. Anyway, I feel better getting that off my chest. It's too bad Marge and Tate and Bober and Lori over there are too cowardly to talk to real American moms, okay, that have had real issues, that have had real challenges, okay, not your own made challenges. So bring it on, either one of you. But in the meantime, leave abortion laws alone and we'll just pray for it. Like you just pray for guns. If you're so sure it'll work for guns, then it'll work for you too. Peace out.